I was thinking as I was doing something, I'm gonna try to explain this, but I don't think I can with words. But I've been hermiting pretty well. I go to work and that's about it. Gas station, like shit. Luckily, I work at a place where I can get everything almost I need there. I don't want to go anywhere else. But I've been feeling like I want to get back out into the public, right? It's just a feeling like, yeah, I want to just get back out there, right? It's weird. I become so much more sensitive to like the atmospheres around me as a way to try to explain it. Like, say I go into a crowded place and it's crowded, right? People everywhere doing their thing, whatever it could be whatever, right? It's like I almost can feel the people's opinions just being made about me. Just walking through this place, doing my thing, doing the same thing other people are doing in whatever place it is. Could be post office, grocery store, whatever. I can feel it. Like, like I feel different levels of atmospheres I'm running through. It's kind of semblance of like hecticness, but that's not the right word. I can almost feel like rushy, but that's not the right word for it. I can just feel opinions being formed about me, right, as it's happening, but I can't describe what it feels like, but I know it's kind of what it is, and maybe it's other things too, other people's thoughts or energy, and I guess with time I'll learn more about it, but it's not bad. Maybe I'm just not used to being out in public, but my job has a lot of people in it. If I'm just used to the energies there, or I dominate them, I don't know what it is, but I can feel it. And I could just hope that it just gets better and I'll be able to understand what's happening more in my own mind. It's not really affecting me, but it just doesn't feel, I feel a little off. That's all I can say, a little off when I'm around in a public situation. People act weird around me. I don't know, like what? It's happened to me more than once, and I guess it's just a person, the best I can think why they do this is just because they're trying to see your intelligence or what kind of focus you have. You ever have someone do this, like we're just talking to them, and they're maybe explaining something about whatever, and they say maybe, oh, I used to work here, and you're inside a building with like no windows, and they point to the place they used to work, right, and they're waiting for you to turn around and follow their finger, and I'm not doing that shit. Like, why do they do? And you can tell they're frustrated that you're not doing. They're pointing. Well, yeah, and like their fingers, like oh, I just did here, and they're waiting for you to like. I know there's a wall back there. I'm not gonna see the place. I'm not what. It's like they're trying to direct your focus or see if they can direct your focus. I don't know what it is, but it happens to me, and it's like it makes me just want to like get the fuck, bitch. Like, what are you doing? Like, I'm not that guy, right? But why would you do that? Like, and it's obvious. I don't know, just to see what kind of person I am, or I don't know what that's about. If it happens to anyone else, it happens to me enough. And now it's probably gonna happen to me more because I fucking put it on the internet. But whatever, all that shit like that bother me. That's not even something that would bother me. It's just like interesting, like human behavior. Like, I don't do that shit. Why do other people do that shit? Like, I'm just being courteous and nice. I try to move out of people's way. And, there's try to stay in my own space. And why are other people this way? Why do people act so weird around me? So much shit I know. I can tell when insecurities are just pouring off of somebody. I'm just like, ugh. Like, I can tell when people are playing these cool subtle power games and they're pissed that I'm not playing them. And you kind of leave them high and dry, and they don't like it. They don't like it. And it's just these subtle things that I'm just trying not to, I just want to, geez, can I just live somewhere where people are like, I don't want to say normal, because I guess this is normal, and then people are just aren't aware of it, or I wasn't aware of it before, because I've raised my frequency and my awareness. But just let me be around normal people that just want to authentically interact, please. Like, with no other motives behind. Like, people don't want you to know that they want to get to know you. Like, they don't want you to know that. It's like they're giving their power away or something weird. Like, but I've become the person where And it's mostly recently too, where if I want to talk to you or say, and I don't mean talk like I'm interested in dating or something, it could be that, but that's not what I mean, but it'll be because I want to generally say something that is legit. And I don't think like, well, let me just stand near them and make some noise and get their attention. See, like things like that. It's like people just want your attention. Maybe it's just me, or maybe people just want my attention. You can tell. You don't give it to them, or like when people were like, they want you to say hi to them first, and they want other people to see that. Maybe people just want to be associated with you. It's so subtle. So they'll time it to where they'll say a loud hi, right? Or hey. They'll time it where another person's coming to you, so if you don't interact with them, they'll pretend like it was that other person and they weren't talking. Things like that. Or I get this all the time on my job. All these jokers, they could just be trying to bother you too. That's weird. I don't know why people do that. I don't do that. Can I just get mashed up with people, please? Like, it's really just funny when you really think of it. Like, they'll say hi really low. Like, really low. So no one else will hear it. So if you say hi back, people think you're around, think you said hey first to them. Like, what is that? What is that? It happens to me on a daily. It's like, ugh, get me away from these people, right? And they're all just humans, and you know I love them. They're doing whatever, but I don't do that shit. I would never do that shit. And all it's crazy shit like that. These little, what is it for? It's like, dude, if you want to interact with me, get to know me, just come up to me and be authentic. Don't worry about it. I don't have it because I generally, and I don't speak unless I'm spoken to in a lot of environments. It's just a wiser way to go about it. You tend to cut off people who are like that, who won't speak to you first because of like power games or struggles, and maybe it could just be shyness and other stuff too, but a lot of times it's obviously not. So if you don't speak unless you're spoken to, it just fucks them all up. And I don't care because I don't mean this in a rude way. I don't want to get to know you. I don't. If I wanted to, I would be talking to you because I'm authentic. Or if there's something about you, or I think you're wearing a pretty dress, or I think you lost weight, I'll just come and say it. I'll just come and interact with you because I got something real to say. I don't have any, because a lot of people probably have like back motives that they really want, and then they try to get there another way. I don't have any of that. I cannot talk to you, anyone, for the rest of my life. And it's not a rude thing. And if I have something for real to say, I'll say it, and I won't try to make a power game of it or whatever it's going. People are born into families and they get molded into this way, but for other reasons. But it's so interesting and weird, and human behavior. The more aware I get, and the more my intuition starts to click in, the more I can tell when someone's playing right in my face. And I will give them. Here's the thing I do. I'll give them chance after chance after chance after chance after chance, and I'll just, I'm just. They don't know that I know what they're doing, because I don't, it's like, it's not even important enough to try to say, hey man, stop fighting. It's not even important enough, right? So they think I don't know, or I'm stupid, or I'm naive. And then when I finally say, hey, why do you do this? Well, then they're, oh, I'm sorry. Oh. But they're not sorry. They're just, at the same time they're saying sorry, they're thinking about how they're going to come at me next time. Some people just want to try to do one-upmanship of bothering you or try to get under your skin, which is, I don't do that. I don't do that. I just like, it's not, and I'm not saying I'm better than you. It's just, I'm just telling you the facts. I don't do that. Why? What do I get out of it? I know that. I've lived enough life to know humans go through some shit. Why would I want to pile onto it? I know I've been through some shit. So I know other people are going through shit. Why would I want to pile onto that with little games, no. So I ended up, if I'm in a big group environment, I ended up only interacting with a few people initially without doing the whole speak am I spoken to first, because they've showed me time and time again, they've been consistent with how they act around me. And maybe they could just be really good and still be doing some shit. But if I'm not aware of it, then what am I going to do, It's cool. And so I only like, interact initially with a few people and have real energetic exchanges. And everyone else is like cut off by my boundaries of not simple, just not speaking unless spoken to. It's a boundary that most fuckers cannot pass. If they're fuckers, they just don't want to pass that. They don't want to take the step to talk to you first, because then you have the power. They're coming to you. They want to talk to you, and you don't want to talk to them. You could care less, and they don't like it. They don't like it. And it's not like I could care less because I'm mean or rude. I know better. I know better. It's what it is too, because I have things going on for me that I'm into myself. I don't put all that focus on other people. Like, I've learned to be whole with loving myself, so I'm not looking for fucks or to date people like that, or just pining for a relationship to feel whole, or anything that's like that, or manipulating people to feel better about yourself. That's something I don't do. So that makes it easier for me not to speak unless spoken to. It's things like that. It's not because and I can see people probably think I'm doing it as a one-upmanship way myself, like, but it's not that at all. So I'm laughing in my head. It's funny. Didn't used to be. It used to be more like, what the fuck? But now, as I become as I just wiser and more aware and more sensitive to things around me, and my intuition, oh my god, I'm learning to trust it fully, because it is on point. Let me tell you, even if it's not on point, it still works out in a way that's still good for me somehow. So I walk around not speaking unless spoken to. It fucks all the fuckers up, and trying to see who's real, but don't look too much into it, because it doesn't really matter. People that are real have something real to say to me. They will come forth and say to me. And the people that have something real to say to me and won't, because of these kind of power games, well, I don't need to be interacting with them. It's like taking out the trash. It's like, no, don't get offended, but like taking out the trash. It's it clears my space. So, weird things. Like, the greeting thing is very weird. And I can feel that people think I'm better than them. And I don't think that at all. I know enough. I've lived enough life. The shit I had to go through and knowing. All of you guys are probably going through your own level of shit that you need to go through to learn what you need to learn. So I know I'm not better than anyone. I know we're all equal. But I also know that your belief creates your own reality. So if you think I'm better than you, then I am better than you. Because you're creating your own reality. That will irk people that don't understand. They get wrapped up in their dissonance, and they don't know what their emotional guidance system is. So you can't be mad at them. You can't. You just gotta look at them like babies, not in a rude way. Like babies, they're growing and learning, just like me. I'm sure there are people who are more, I'm gonna say, advanced than me, who will look at me the same way. It's all relative. We're all down here together. It's like, so I'm just being patient, and I don't like using the word patient, because you don't need patience if you know nothing's going wrong. So I try to dial that back. I'm just waiting for my frequency to bring me where I need to be, where this stuff is going to go. And it's already happening, I can tell. So I wanted to go faster, you know what I mean? It's like, get me away from these people. And not in a bad way, but get me away from these people. Like, oh, God. Am I done teaching them? Haven't they learned? My frequency has been around them enough. They learned. They don't. Just give me away. Jeez Louise. And I know I'm teaching them just by being how I am. I know. It makes me feel better. I know I am. But I'm not the type to be a guru and be a teacher in that way. I know that I teach just by existing. Just by existing. I'm not going to be standing in front of people talking to crowds, unless maybe it's on my complete own say-so. Like, I just teach by existing. And these little games, they're so funny. And it's not all, and I need to go on the other route too. I can't just focus on the negative aspect, even though it's funny to me now, it's not so negative. You know what I mean? But still, I have people who are respectful and don't do that too, and they're more aware, and they give me too much respect. Like, sometimes I have people bustling and shit just to get out of my way, and I'm like, that's too much, guys. That's too much. And sometimes I can tell people are doing that just to make me mad. Like, they think I'm high and mighty, so they're like, oh, yes, master, get out your way. Like that. They don't say that, but in the way they act, and I can tell they just turn, they're around, they're not. just finally to roll my eyes. You know, it's like, ugh. Human nature, just, it's kind of, I don't want to say it's a curse, it's a blessing, it's a curse of being more and more, you being more and more aware of what's happening around you. You gotta make sure you stay on your P's and Q's and not let it tilt you or get, disconnect, you can't be fully disconnected, but disconnect you from your source energy, your emotion and reality, and all that stuff. I'm good at that now, so the better I get at it, the more it just looks like a circus show in front of me, and I'm just like, you know, but boy, do I, and I love everybody, but do I really, and I love everyone equally, but it's just a way of explaining. I really love the people who are consistent. You know, they come at me the same way every day. They've shown me they act the same way every day, and I can see their growth too as humans, but I can tell they're not doing that game. Boy, do I love them. And there's a few people at the place I work, I'm not going to say names because I'm just not that kind of person, that are like that. They've been consistent the whole time. Be it bad or good, that's consistency. I can see that's them. They're authentic. Bad or good, they're not manipulating. They're just where they're at. They're just being authentic. I love them so much. I love them so much. They're like a little oasis. I'm like, okay, well, it's not all that way. You know, and of course I know this. My mind will not let me go off on a negative rant. My now moment has been pruned to such pristine accuracy that I cannot trip myself up. At least not in the ways I used to. And if I am doing it, it's something I'm not aware of yet, and I'll become aware of it. It's funny. Everyone's learning. You know, boy, but I'm ready for some newness. And this is good because I'm getting bored lately. I still love things like Rocket League and the things that I like, but it's different. I do a lot of just sitting like with my thumbs, twiddling my thumbs like, boy, I'm kind of bored. And boredom is atrocious. It's horrible. It's one of the most horrible things. It's like, ugh. But I don't let it get like that because I know it's like a pump. It's like making me realize, yeah, I do want new faces and new places. You have to get your beliefs to where, because the universe is looking at me knowing I want these things that I might not even know that I want yet. But I'm sure my most amended reality, my source energy, my flavor is just jumping for joy when I use my boredom as a thing to cement in the idea that yes, I do want this instead. And they're like, yes, his beliefs are changing. We can fucking get him out of here. You know what I mean? Because they can't go past your beliefs because God, universe, source energy, the moving image of eternity, all of existence, freedom is what we want. Freedom and variety. And they're not going to cut your freedom by overriding your belief system. That negates the whole learning process of what we're doing. So they're just rejoicing. I know they are. I can feel everything. But boy, where this started at, I can feel the atmosphere. I can't explain it because it doesn't feel like hecticness or rushiness or feeling different levels of atmosphere. All I can do to explain it. I can just feel it. Like people's opinions. Just before in my more denser days, maybe I'll catch one person and see their facial expression and be like, oh, I can tell that. But now I can just feel it. I don't gotta look. I can look down at the floor, and I do it sometimes. It's like I don't want to look at people, you know, and people might take it for me being shy or gate guarding my energy, and maybe it is, but I can feel so much. I just want to look at the floor, get my fucking groceries, and get out. But I don't want to be that way either. I want to be able to be open. I have that feeling. Louise Hay comes to mind. You could just tell. She just knows everyone's gonna love her. You can tell her heart chakra is just, maybe, I don't know if she's still alive. I don't watch, I don't know. But when she talks, you can just tell her heart chakra is just blossoming open so big that she can go anywhere, in any environment, and not, and I'm going there. I can tell I'm going there just by saying something like that. But and I know I can get myself into this divine state. And that just means I'm feeling the love. I'm feeling my connection to Source. So I know I'm right beside my inner being. And it shows through my eyes. And there's different variances of it. And like now I'm feeling pretty good and wise. So it's coming through a little bit. But I'm nowhere near where I know I could be if I just meditate and practice. But then I go out into the world and it would stick. I would have this look of love in my eyes, but it's almost like I don't want to do it. People are gonna take it the wrong way. Some people will just feel and heal, and I can tell I just heal by being around people. I actually had to stop singing. The universe told me I had to stop singing at my job. It's not really this case, but it's kind of like they just don't deserve the amount of healing I'm giving them. I'm spewing my cup too much. And I was fighting it at first, but and there's other things that are good about it too. The universe is always punning you for things that work your eye. Like I can tell people think I might be upset and sad, and so the people that are trying to manipulate me, they get on there. It's just a way that really calls everyone out and makes me see everything even clearer. You know what I mean? So there's more than one reason, but the universe is telling me like just keep your joy to yourself at this place. Basically, they don't deserve it. And that's not everyone. And saying they don't deserve it is not even right. It's just a way to try to explain it. It's not right because everyone deserves it. But frequency is frequency. Yeah. And I don't want to run. It's like I'm running myself a little ragged. I have to write. There's no way to explain it right. All these analogies are never right. But I have love for everybody. And I would love to just be able to just maybe when I get my sea legs even more, then they were like, okay, just be your love for it. But it's not the time now. Let me tell you. It's so interesting. All this new awareness is coming that I just never. It's always been clouded by people manipulating it, people keeping me stuck. And sometimes they don't know they're doing it. It's just an energetic thing. And sometimes they know they're doing it. Keeping me stuck in so many ways. And they're pissed that I'm breaking free. They're pissed that I'm growing without them. I can feel it. But I don't give a shit because I feel better. Things are starting to turn in my favor. My life is obviously starting to get better. My talent is getting better. Not that I care, but I can tell people are recognizing me, who I am, what I'm about. I don't need it or care about it, but it is still nice that I see the change. I can see the change. To let me know, I'm on the right path. And boy, the synchronicities really been jumping lately, man. I've been doing down this path for over 10 years. I don't know if it's 15, 14, 13, 12, 16, 18, 10. No, it's not 18. It's not 16. Over 10 years. And synchronicities have been crazy about the whole way, but it's been even more so. And I just take that to know the universe is just like, attaboy, you're on the right path. That's all that means. You're on the right path, so just chill out. So, yeah, it's like I know all this shit, but you're still I'm kind of worried, not worried. I'm like, inkling to see, like, what else am I going to be aware of now that I got to kind of shut up about? And people can tell that I can see right through them. I can tell they can tell because they will just hide their face and plot themselves where I'm not at. People that are having lots of masks and games going on behind the scenes and things to lose by information coming out, they do not want to be around me. And I can just look at them. And it's like it bleeds off of them. I don't care. I know enough. Everyone's going through their shit, you know what I mean? So I know, and I don't care. I really don't. But they don't know that. Oh, it's so weird. It's almost like I just want to rest. I just want to. Ugh. But that makes it seem worse than what it really is. It's not that bad. I'm improving so much. It's better to be this way. It's better to know. Clarity is king and queen. What is better than being clear? What is better than knowing? Knowledge is power. Knowing that you're always in the right place at the right time. What's better? There's nothing. Look at I know lots of people can't understand this, but no anxiety. Just to sit, just think of like a glob of something just spreading out. It's just so good. But how do you know that that's good unless you've been in anxiety for a while? That's Alan Watts right there. You have to love the bad people because they let you know you're good, but you're better than anyone. It's like you gotta see the people that can outperform you just to let you know where you are. You You gotta have the evil people so you know that you're part of the good club. You know, you wouldn't know otherwise. It wouldn't even be a thing to think about because you have no um, dichotomy or like play. You have no dissonance or reference point. You need them all. You need them. You need them. So I love them all, and I know I'm not better than anyone, but you could just feel off of them. You could just, and it's funny to watch them squirm and just do their little things, and to watch them form into little groups, and to bring other people in that don't know what's going on and to manipulate them. You can see it all going on. It's best not to say anything when you're through the internet like this. You know, you'd be vague enough about it. It's just, in all games, like they try to do things to make you think something. They know it's about the power of your thoughts, and they have to make you think it on your own accord, and that just shows how they have no power at all. Like, at all. They don't even prune or control their own thoughts, and they're going to try to make you think something. Someone who has had a clear mind, a cloudless mind, for so long, they know that their clouds that come in, the thoughts that come in, aren't theirs. They're just what I'm attracting. If you want to say it's mine in that sense, it's what my frequency is attracting, but it's not me thinking the thought. So someone who's still stuck in the big trap that lasts many, many cycles, many lifetimes of thinking that they're thinking their thoughts, they're going to be prone to getting angry, to reaction, to getting mad, to feeling guilt, to get all these dissonant things that separate you more from your connection to God's source, energy, infinite intelligence, blah, 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 blah. Alright? And it's like, you want to help them, but you know helping them is that just to let them run their course. You gotta let them run their course. I had to run my course. I'm still running my course. So now I know things I've never known about myself because people were like keeping me in certain cycles. They probably thought I was never gonna break free from them. Yeah, fuckers. Anyway. And so I know now. My energy is healing. I know I'm a healer. Oops. You know what I mean? I know who I am. And I'm on the rise and I know it. And I take no pleasure in people having hardships. I take no pleasure. You know, you get these memes coming up and these reels coming up that are like, they bait you in like, oh, all your enemies are going through shit and stuff. I delete them. I go right through those. That gives me no pleasure. I've been through shit. I know how it feels like. I don't wish that upon anybody. But I know it's going to have to happen. But I don't sit there pointing like, yeah, look at you. No, that is not me. It's not me. And so all I can do is just be myself and be the way I love those little beautiful, consistent souls that are around my life. I'm never going to name them here. They know who they are. It's the way I am. I'm consistent in the way they act so that I can be a touch point. So that through the 4 or 5 years that people can finally say, all right, it must be really him. We've tried our hardest to get him to be into our narrative and what we think he is. But what really is, that's you. That's you. That's who you are. And you're projecting. You don't know it yet, or you do know it. It depends how dense you are. Not dense that you're stupid, but how caught in the reality trap that isn't a mean thing. It's just a thing that's ultimately going to help you learn. What are you going to do? You know, what are you going to do? So, I'm ready. Oh, I'm so ready. I know I have a life that is seeping in and coming in faster and faster. It's a life that's going to teach other people just by looking at it. Just by saying, well, why the fuck is he getting this? What? Well, let it teach you. I mean, I guess it teaches you either way. But you can be inspired from it and let it teach you that way, or you can go into the depths of disconnection, which ultimately comes around the other side and still teaches you. It could be a couple lifetimes. Could be a couple lifetimes. But we also need the dense NPC people. And I don't like calling them NPCs anymore, because they're us. They are, but they're so wrapped into their programming that you just kind of just gotta just smile and be loving. It's all you can do. It's so cliche. I still don't even like saying it, but it's true. It's true. The relief. I covet that right there. That relief, that feeling like your center is just unraveling, like it's just taking off its clothes. Like, you know what I mean? Oh boy, I love it. And I know what it means. It means I'm right. It means I'm moving into connection to my higher self. I'm my higher self. I am my higher self. I'm there. You know what I mean? I can feel it now, my body changing in perception and feeling in my shins. When I say I am there in my higher self right now in the moment, there's no separation. You're not always there though. It's a cyclic thing. You're pruning your now moment. You're showing yourself how your focus creates momentum and they can fuck you over for a lifetime. But it's what's needed. It's like everything's perfect. But let's talk about it, right? Let's try to get these sound waves imbued with meaning from my dictionary to hopefully you hear it and you have a similar dictionary that you can then, oh, it's such an archaic way, but it's what we got, you know? Dolphins do it, we do it, we're becoming more efficient. I think just feeling the energies of connection while you're speaking is a more efficient way to use that speech. Where if you're not connected, you're just relying on just the hard, dense sound waves hitting you, using your dictionary, and be like, where nobody's really understanding each other, and they think they are, and they'll just go off and run with it and not even know. But I love myself so much, and it's just people just don't like it. People can feel it. The people who are around the same kind of frequency, they love it. It's like we just gotta shut up. It's so funny. It's so funny. So this went on longer than that. 32 minutes. 32 to 2.